Just curious, is that intro music really just for us?
It's
That we're the only ones that ever hear that? Huh?
We are the only ones that ever hear the intro music. That's who it was made for. That's who it was created for. Us. Me and you.
Because God knows Justin's never showing up on time. He's a diva. And I want to put out there, I'm coming after Justin this week in fantasy.
Ooh.
It's playoff time.
So we are up and live and streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Mixer, Twitch. Anything else we on that I don't know about?
Yeah, who knows? With all the links that we could just get tossed on whatever.
Oh yeah. If you are on YouTube and you subscribe to the channel now, I get an alert and it'll show up on the video portion of it, which is pretty cool. So do that.
Nice.
And maybe we should play the intro music.
Yeah, play the intro music because you know what? I feel like that no one ever hears the intro music other than me and you.
The problem is that James moves around all the damn music.
You know
Ready?
You let him get across the board. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the intro.
Welcome to the Bleedbigblue podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
Now I feel like it's official.
Now we are talking. What up, Giants Nation? It is December the 13th, 2017. I have Tim on the line at Team 51. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. If you want to follow me on Twitter. I don't really share a lot of stuff, but hey, whatever. You get at me.
Technically, you are there.
Yeah, and I just want to put it out for all the Giants fans out there that aren't paying attention. We're out of the playoff race. You know, if you didn't know. And all the news going on right now is GM talk. We're in the off season already. And there's, 3 weeks left of the regular season?
Yeah, we're in GMville.
The bad part is I'm already looking on draft boards. And I'm, checking out draft picks way earlier than I ever used to.
Yeah. Todd, make sure you put out his draft board today, correct? Volume 1?
Yes. Yep. Took Josh Rosen.
Who did he select?
Josh Rosen. Quarterback, UCLA. Which, me and James in our civil discussions, which is very rare, we have gone over the quarterbacks, and Josh Rosen technically is the most ready to come right in and start playing. The problem with Josh Rosen that I've heard, the rumors are that he's doesn't necessarily love football, and people don't know how coachable he is. He's getting compared to Jay Cutler.
I like my quarterbacks to smoke and with diabetes.
I would be fine with Josh Rosen. Honestly, I've seen him play. He looks good. I mean, granted, it's just like anything else. We don't know them personally. I mean, I also liked Ryan Leaf over Peyton Manning back in the day. I'm gonna say I was wrong on that one.
Very still out. All right, so we got.
We get ready to. I mean, we get into the game, which was ugly as crap. And you know what? This is what I want to get into.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Why is Spags refusing to even activate Davis Webb? I understand that he wants to win. You know what? Because he's like, screw next year. I'm not going to be here. But is Davis Webb not that ready that they refused to even give him reps? They didn't even give him reps during the preseason.
I think, that's my whole thing. We were down by 20.
It would have been perfect.
It would have been
exactly. Perfect time to bring him in. Yeah. I'm not saying start him, but exactly what you said. Just, we're down. All right, Eli, there's no reason for you to be in. You know, give Davis Webb the whole fourth quarter. And,
right, exactly.
You know what I'm scared of this week? Landon Collins, you saw the difference in the defense when Landon Collins went out?
Mm-hmm.
The second he went out, all of a sudden there's just bombs down the field. Not even bombs. 5-yard, slants that are going all the way.
So I think they're going to shut him down, though.
Yeah, I mean, why play him? I mean, why even risk him to get further injured? I totally agree with that. But it's going to be ugly when Nick Foles is going to look like he's a NFL MVP against us this week.
Sal White on Facebook says, we don't need a QB. Sally boy.
Well, obviously you haven't been watching the games. And as much as I'm an Eli fan, and I'm not saying I think he still could have a season left if we put pieces around him. But let's look to the future. You know, some of you younger Giants fans don't realize what it's like when you don't have a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you have been spoiled with Eli being the quarterback for the past 13 seasons or 14 seasons or whatever it's been. And you haven't worried about him getting hurt, him even coming out. We got to start factoring that in. Not only do we got to – this is why I'm not worried about taking a quarterback. Let's say, for example, we have Eli, we draft a quarterback, whoever, and we have Davis Webb. First of all, have competition. See if Davis Webb has something. If he doesn't, whatever. Or if he shows a little something, trade him.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem having Eli and then have the other guy behind him. Because there's no guarantee in this league. You already saw half this league got their starting quarterbacks knocked out. And then, then their chances. Philadelphia just saw their Super Bowl chances go in the toilet this past week. Because there's no way in hell Nick Foles is bringing them to the Super Bowl. Now, if he's not playing well enough, I have no problem with Eli backing up the kid if the kid outplays him. You know what? Eli has no choice in the matter. If he wants to play next year, he's under contract. Period. And then if, let's say Eli's like, I want to play, we could possibly trade him and still have Davis Webb and whoever the young quarterback is. So we have two solid quarterbacks for the future. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and people realize that Eli sat the first 4 games, 5 games.
Yeah.
So it's that time. It's that full circle.
Let's put it this way: that whole draft class. Even though I'll give Phil Rivers this, he's actually still looking good. But they're starting to fade. Ben Roethlisberger's had some bad games. Ben's already been talking about retirement last offseason.
Two offseasons.
The past 2 offseasons, he's been talking about retirement, and the rumors are there's a good chance he might retire this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the same draft class. And, for the most part, especially Eli and Ben, the amount of games they've played is pretty comparable.
Larry.
It's time to move on.
Larry.
No.
Let me just go through the comments. Hold on. I'm on right now. As of now, I'm on Facebook looking at the comments. Larry says, I think we have one more year of Eli, but drafting a QB is a must at this point. And then the rest of the draft is focusing on the offensive line. Says Eli has another year. let's get a quarterback, and we need to work on the offensive line.
We do need an offensive line, and I agree with that. But I'm going to tell you right now, if we're drafting in the top 5 and we do not trade down, there is no offensive lineman close to being a top 5 pick that are coming out in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
And mattering on how you I think the best offensive lineman in this draft is actually a guard. It's Quentin Nelson from Notre Dame. If he's somewhat comparable to being a top 10 pick, but that's how much you gauge a guard. Do you really want a guard to be a top 10 pick? And as far as offensive tackles, there's a couple decent ones with McGilty from Notre Dame and Connor Williams from Texas, but they both have their issues, and they're definitely not a home run slam dunk pick. So you don't take those top 5 or even top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you could wait on offensive line.
So everything is hard to predict because we don't even know who the GM is going to be. But I'm assuming we're going to try to re-sign Pugh and we're going to let Richburg go.
Well, Richburg, yes. I would say Richburg, see it. He's had one good season. And honestly, I mean, I would sign him back if he didn't want big money. But
Mm-hmm.
you know he's going to want it. He's going to want as much as he can get. And the same with Pugh. If Pugh wants big money, why am I going to give you big money when you haven't finished out a season ever that I can think of? He hasn't finished out. He's never finished out a season, has he? A full 16?
Not that I know. I just added a caller. Who is it? Is it James or is it Justin?
It's Justin.
Oh, what's up,
wow. Justin, it's early for you.
I know. Demi finished up early, so I was able to come on and been listening to you guys for the last few minutes. I would say hard. Thank you. I would say difficult, right? Whether or not you sign these players, I mean, a lot of it has to do with whether you bring Eli back or not, right? If you're going to bring Eli back, like they're saying they want to now, that's what we read today, right? Then reinvesting in the best free agent on the open market in Justin Pugh at the offensive line positions is something that makes sense. I don't know if Weston Richburg is the right choice at center. I think that he's undersized.
I agree.
Specifically, if you're not going to focus on a running game, which they've shown no desire to do. I mean, that's the one area where Richburg could be successful because you could use someone his size to pull around, on counters and really, shift the power of your running lane. But I don't see them doing that. So the question is, if they're not going to bring Eli back, if they're really going to start over, then yes, you can allocate those resources somewhere else. But if they are bringing Eli back, then here's some news for you. Hugh's probably coming back. You probably make an argument for Richburg, as crazy as that sounds. And you're probably bringing Brandon Marshall back.
What? I don't know. Well, first of all, drop the bomb on that one. Please drop the bomb on that one.
Here we go.
Wow. Justin with the hot take. First of all, I'd be very surprised if Brandon Marshall doesn't retire this offseason, but he's gone. There's no way.
I saw Brandon Marshall in the Giants facility working out 2 weeks ago.
What were you doing in the Giants facility?
Applying for a job.
Nice. So you're trying to get in the GM race, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
I put the name in
like
there.
it.
After our infamous phone call that we started first, that everyone started copying, decided that
you know what?
officially throw my name in the hat. My name in the ring.
Do you realize that he's going behind our back? We were supposed to go in as a team, as the four of us, 4 strong, and then Marco's trying to sneak in. He's like, "Nah, you could just take me. Don't worry about the rest of them."
Yeah, it's disrespectful. Did you see what he did today on Instagram? Did you see what he did today on Instagram?
I did not see what he did.
He put his hair. Put his hair like Ben McAdoo, so that when he went and applied for that job, the powers that be would see someone that they were familiar with.
Interesting. I think the problem with the 4 of us going in is they've probably seen James on social media, and they know we're going to be a PR nightmare.
Yeah. Carl Banks is going to be like, "You're bringing in that rat bastard?"
That reminds me, and Marco, you could say it. Let the people know where they should go to make us Giants owners.
I want to wait until James gets on with that one. That was pretty funny.
That's a little tease.
Yeah. You think it's gonna work out?
You think who's gonna work out?
Us becoming owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, why wouldn't it? That's the question you have to ask yourself: is why the fuck not?
Yeah, and then we'd be the story of the NFL. Let's be honest.
Yeah. The question is, who would we want? I mean, even if we do that, right? We have to have one of the 4 of us that is the face to the media.
It
depends what type of. I'm voting for Justin. You be the face of the media.
Justin.
I have to say that, it would allow us to use my disability for good.
Exactly. Who's going to be a dick to you? Because
Absolutely.
What news reporter is going to be an asshole and talk shit about you?
Exactly.
All day.
You check a lot of boxes. I'm just saying.
We might get paid more.
Yeah. I'm saying GM duties are going to be nice, guys. I can't wait for the war room.
I'm excited.
The problem is the war room is going to start in January, just for the first pick.
All right. So, speaking about the war room, who is going to be in that war room?
Awesome. I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I'm not for this guy, but the more I did research on him, the more I'm fine with it. Dave Gettleman, who is the supposed favorite for the GM job right now. I don't want him he's pretty much same old Giants. He comes from Giants cloth, but he's 67 years old. So, how long can he possibly have the job anyway? But I started doing research on him. He's been a part of 9 different Super Bowls as far as, him being in the front office of a major capacity.
Where are you getting 9 from?
And the only reason he really got fired in Carolina because he was pissing off veterans that were getting overpaid, and he was cutting them. And he was getting rid of them. So a lot of the Panthers didn't like that. Well, you know what? So I think that's sort of what we need. Hashtag JPP. Hashtag we don't care. It's time to. He took Carolina out of salary cap hell and brought them to a Super Bowl in 3 seasons.
We got a familiar number on the line. Hold on. What's going on? You're on.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Ah.
Hey, it's Ted.
Ned.
Ted Ryerson.
We're not going to forget it anymore.
What is Ned at the end?
Gettleman, do you really? My one issue with Gettleman is if you look at his draft history a bit, there are a couple of points, especially a bit in the later rounds, where he picks some very miss. He has like quite a few misses, and I guess the one thing I would kind of hope would be that we could pick someone with a better drafting history. But you know, I do appreciate the fact that he was able to fix the cap hell that was in Carolina, and I'm kind of hoping that if he does get in, he's able to negotiate a little bit with players like Pugh and Odell to maybe get their contract down from what they would prefer.
Maybe.
Now,
go ahead, Justin.
Here's what I like about Gettleman. All right? And that is very clearly early draft strategy. You know, we've seen him take defensive ends. He took Kevon Short a few years ago. We've seen him take.
Yep.
We've seen him take the best linebacker in football today, in Luke Kuechly.
Actually, he didn't draft him. He had him when he came in.
No.
I'm almost positive. Check the stats. But I swear, Kuechly he already had.
Who are you buzzing? Who are you buzzing?
He knows I'm right. He doesn't want to say it. But the only thing with Justin Odell, and I'm with you with Gettleman as far as he's going to go old school. And the thing you guys got to realize too is the Giants Super Bowl teams with Jerry Reese, who got a lot of credit for. He was player personnel. He was the player personnel guy on both those, the 2007 and the 2011 squads. So he was a big part of those drafts.
Yeah.
And when Jerry started shitting the bed in drafts, Gettleman was gone. So, you take it here, or there. I think Gettleman was part of JPP. I think he was part of that draft.
Wait,
but
Gettleman didn't take Kuechly?
Nope.
No.
Who took Kuechly?
The Carolina Panthers, the GM before Gettleman. Gettleman only got like 4 or 5 seasons.
Kuechly's not. I think that's wrong.
I think he missed him by a year. Literally, I think a season.
Too lazy to.
Where the hell's our intern?
Wait a sec. I'm
looking it up as we speak. Hold on.
Draft history.
And you know what? I just want to put it out there, Justin, that me and you will be facing each other in the playoffs this week.
Oh, is that who I'm playing in the playoffs?
Yes, sir.
I think you're going to beat me. I've had a great season.
Yeah, you have good effort out there.
Is there still a belt that we're playing?
He didn't draft Kuechly.
Yeah, no.
He did or did not?
He did not.
And again, you know what? Give me a ding. Give me a ding.
You need a ding?
Yes, please. Tim is right. Thank you.
Yeah, in his first year, which was 2013, in the first round, he took defensive tackle star Lotulelei.
Yes.
Who's solid. He's an old school GM. He works inside out. He's going to work on the offensive line and the defensive line. Which is, I want to go back to old school Giants football. Let's ground and pound. I'm done with this, 3 wide receiver set bullshit.
Mm-hmm. He didn't do the 2016 draft class, right? That was the year he was fired.
I think he did the draft. I don't know that he. I think he did the draft. I don't think he did the. I think he was fired after the draft. Yeah, saying that he did the draft
because they rushed the firing. They were pissed that he franchised Norman and then was like, "What the hell am I doing? Let's not franchise this guy. He's not worth it," and let him go.
Yeah, and let's put it this way. Was it not the smart move to trade Norman and pay him $15 million a season? I think that was a smart move on Carolina's part.
His first move in there, he gets John Beeson, trades him to the Giants for the 7th round pick, unloads all his cap on us. Funny how that happens, right?
Yep.
Let's see.
That's sort of like backwards Jeter. It's like Jeter.
It's like exactly.
By the way, Derek Jeter, you are the secret MVP.
And I just want to put out there, for all you Giants fans out there, this is exactly why I hate the Yankees.
Did you guys hear that?
You built through the farm system, and now you blow it up.
In the draft, mock draft version 1.0, I forget whose it is, but they have us taking
Rosen.
At Rays.
Yeah, it was Todd McShay today.
Todd McShay.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh Rosen. And, as far as the breakdown of my quick breakdown of the guys is Josh Rosen's the most quarterback, or he's the most ready to play immediately. Sam Darnold's got the highest ceiling. Baker Mayfield's the best leader out of all of them. And Lamar Jackson's the wild card.
I'm glad you brought up Mayfield. Turns out I was wrong about him not having any off the field stuff last week. He actually was
he's had some drunken driving and stuff.
For public indecency and tried to run from the cops. Public intoxication.
Who on this show has not been arrested for that?
Me.
Come on, Ned. Yeah.
I spilled beer on the cop once that was on a horse.
Dude, you got lucky the horse didn't kick you.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a lucky evening. You can say that. I could have.
Dude, no offense.
We'll just leave it at that.
If you piss off a horse, the horse is going to kick your ass.
Does it bother us, going back to the Giants, does it bother us that Josh Rosen by some accounts, is a dick who may not love football.
That bothers me. That absolutely bothers me. But, who knows?
That's why I think that they're entirely wrong, and I think if the Browns take Darnold, I don't think we're going to take Rosen, and I don't think we're going to take Mayfield because of that stupid public intoxication thing. I would imagine we'd probably trade down. I'm going to tell you right now,
Darnold's going to pull his weight if he comes out, just like Eli did to get to us. Darnold already said he has no want to go to Cleveland. Now, he backed off those statements, but he doesn't want to go to Cleveland. Let's be honest. Who the hell wants to go to Cleveland?
Hey, man, I'm like 2 hours away from Cleveland. I mean, it's only slightly a shithole in, like, most of the areas.
Lightly.
Cleveland. That was Ned Ryerson speaking. For the record.
Coming after you.
We love Cleveland. Almost as much as we love Norway.
Not as much as Norway, let's be honest.
Cleveland has some good spots, but it got hit hard, and I honestly, I feel kind of bad for it. Basically, its only bright spot over the past couple of years has been LeBron.
Ned, you realize Cleveland is starting to become our nemesis, right? They stole Hugh Jackson from us. They thought we were going to go talk to John Dorsey. They made sure they hired him without even doing the Rooney Rule, just to make sure we didn't even get to interview him.
So let me bring this up. Let me bring this up to you guys.
Yeah, and they're also tanking more effectively than us, and are going to get the first pick.
Exactly, they're going to have the first and like the fifth pick.
Dude, I mean, I have a friend who's a Browns fan. Honestly, their franchise is just like eternal sadness and suffering.
I mean, but how can you really be a fan at this point? Like, you're not getting excited for the season. Let's be honest.
No,
you're not going into the season with hopes and dreams.
I see it every year, and I just, like, my heart weeps for them because you see it every year. It's like hey, we might be good this year. There's a chance. Hey, we have this brand new quarterback in Kaiser, man. But we could go, or like we could get, somewhere. We might be able to do something this season. Any sign of progress would be nice. And then it's just like after week one, it's sort of like lowers the bar, but hey, got to keep our head up. And then it's just like every single week it just wears down until like week 6, and then it's just like oh man, can we just at least get one game, please? And they're so it's so sad. It's like watching a sad puppy.
They'll win a game now. Josh Gordon is worth one game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
Well, let me bring this up. So we think the Browns are going to go quarterback 1, right? You don't think they're going Rosen, correct?
There's a possibility they go Rosen. I think there's a possibility they go Rosen. Like I said, he's the most ready. He's I guess we would say the highest floor.
Anything is possible.
But we're not too hot. We're not too hot on Rosen.
No.
Would you?
I wouldn't be excited. I'd be worried about it, but I think Rosen's good, but I'd be worried.
Would you trade back to 5 to the Broncos and take Allen?
What do we pick up in the process?
Probably an extra first.
Yes.
To get Josh Allen?
You know what the Browns might do, actually, come to think of it? They might want our pick to draft a QB 1 and 2. Like, honestly, that I would not put it past the Browns, and it wouldn't surprise me if they gave us their 6th and maybe the beginning of the 2nd round as, like,
you go 1 and 2. They're not going to do that. You know what? That would be the most idiotic thing ever. But I understand where you're coming from.
But it's the Browns. You don't understand.
Yeah.
The
we
Browns.
understand.
When you say that's the most idiotic thing ever, that's not off the table for the Browns.
It's that guy this is the smart meme where the guy's pointing, that he's smart and be like, you can't miss the draft pick. You can't miss on the quarterback if you draft all the quarterbacks. That's kind of what this is.
Well, they're taking Mac no matter what. That's a callback to the Draft Day movie, guys. I just want to put. God.
Went over my head.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
But to get back to what we were talking about is as far as I want to get back to the GMs actually.
Mhm.
Now, as far as Gettleman, if it happened, the more I'm reading, the more it sounds like it's not going to happen because so supposedly Mara said promised wholesale changes. If Gettleman comes back, it's literally you're just replacing Reese with a guy that taught him, or a guy that was working with him hand in hand.
Mhm.
But the thing is, with Gettleman, you also would keep Abrams, who's the assistant or the GM now, and just tutor him to take over when Gettleman leaves. But I also read up, Giants are supposedly going to they're waiting until the week after the season to hire the GM so they can interview everybody.
Yeah.
Elliot
no
Wolf,
reason.
Elliot Wolf is who I'm in on. Ron Wolf's kid. He's 35 years old, grew up in this, lived and breathed this crap. And the way I look at it is we're getting Elliot Wolf, but we're also getting Ron Wolf too. Because it's not like Ron's doing anything else.
I don't know how to phrase this well. Does he have any past history that may lead him to kind of choose more of his friends who may or may not be the best qualified for the job to fill in different?
He's been doing NFL since he knew football and just grew up with it. And the same thing with Elliot Wolf. That's all he's ever known. So you know what? And he's already been considered for jobs. Green Bay's denied people to interviewing him.
He's not the GM, though,
Green Bay's trying to keep him. Huh?
He's not the GM, though, correct? He's under the GM.
He's not the GM. He's like a step below. He's going to – Ted Thompson's the GM at Green Bay. He's supposed to be the heir apparent. But who knows when Ted's leaving.
All right, that does not real. I mean, I guess he's technically not the one making the decisions, but Green Bay has pretty much always been carried by Aaron Rodgers, and a lot of it showed in the sharp decline in quality of play when Rodgers left. I don't know.
Well, let's put it this way, Ned. Without Aaron Rodgers, they're still in the playoff race. And Green Bay does not sign free agents like that. They're one of the few teams that doesn't go out and spend money on free agents almost ever. And that means they develop their players from within, which I'm absolutely cool with.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the schedule they had over that point. Like, it wasn't exactly the best collection and included the Cleveland Browns.
All right, I'm going to the phones. Ready?
All right.
What's up, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, guys. Dominic here.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
I just wanted... Not much. How are you guys?
Hanging in.
Good.
Hanging in there? Yeah, same here. Been a rough season for the Giants. But I wanted to get your guys' opinion on taking Saquon Barkley, number 2, and then potentially trading back into the first round to get Baker Mayfield.
Who wants to take this one?
I'll take it.
Go ahead, Justin.
I'll start, and Tim can. I'm interested to hear what Tim has to say as well.
All right.
But I think, the issue with trading back in, while both of those guys are stud players, I think, and will be good in the league, the issue with trading back in is I think that there are other problems on the roster that in order for us to trade back up into the first round to pick a guy like Mayfield, we're going to have to give up more picks. And Jerry Reese was so cavalier with picks, throughout the latter part of his tenure that I don't know if you'll see that. Now, with that said, I mean, I love Saquon Barkley. I think that if you're the Giants and you want to, whether you want to bring in a rookie or have Eli play in 2018, a running back like Saquon Barkley is your best friend because that guy's a workhorse. I just don't know if trading back up into the first round and using draft capital that way makes a lot of sense when you're picking that high in the draft.
Right.
Go ahead.
Who thinks Mayfield has a shot at going to the second round?
Mayfield's going in the top 10, guys. I would say at the most he's going top 15. He's getting a lot of hype right now, and especially because there's a good chance he's going to win the national championship. He's going high.
So many people are desperate for QBs. They're not going to let. They're not going to let someone like Baker Mayfield drop to even close to the second round. It's just not going to happen.
If he gets past 15, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I understand where you guys are all coming from, and I just want to just put my 2 cents in, and then I'll let you guys go, and then hop back on the live stream.
Awesome, man.
What if let's take last year's draft, right? Everybody expected Deshaun Kaiser to kind of go. I probably got his name wrong, but whatever, the Kaiser guy. Everybody.
No, you're right.
No, you got it right.
To go in like the first 10, 15, and then he dropped all the way to, I think it was like the early second round. So I'm just saying what if Baker Mayfield happens to do that only because you have Sam Darnold and I think that the Rosen kid. So what if that just happens? What if the draft falls that way? I mean, it's merely just speculation at this point. We all know. I could see the Giants taking Saquon Barkley and then seeing what they can do from there. But other than that, I'll let you guys go, and I'll check you guys back out on YouTube. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for listening.
You know, sometimes things just align. Like we're short of safety, Landon Collins gets passed over in the first round, or a few picks below in the second, we trade up. Sometimes things fall into place. You can't get lucky like that.
You can, but there's too many quarterback needy teams, such as like the Jets. There's such as Buffalo, such as they're even talking about Cincinnati possibly drafting a quarterback.
The Broncos.
There's probably, I would say, 5 good ones. between Josh Rosen, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Baker Mayfield. I would say those are the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Mayfield's rising.
Yeah,
and I really can't see that. There's no way I can see Lamar Jackson possibly sliding because I think he's a little light. He reminds me of almost like how skinny Jake Plummer used to be.
Right.
Obviously a lot more mobile, but and as far as Saquon Barkley, I would love for him to be a Giant. Just to think of Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham to being on the same offense, that'd be disgusting. But I think it'd be a luxury pick that we don't have the luxury right now. There's no way. Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
I just want to say that I was pretty impressed with Wayne Gallman on Sunday.
Where are you?
Really?
Loving Wayne.
I gotta say, I mean, I'm not a huge Orleans Darkwood guy myself.
Hold on. I have something for you.
If he's talking purely on injuries, I'll agree with him. If he's
I agree with
purely
Justin
based on injuries.
I'm Darkwood's Mr. I have a great run. Oh, I'm hurt.
Oh, you agree with Justin?
Hold my cat.
Anyone else? No? Okay.
I just want to put out there also, as far as Wayne Gallman, I'm with you. I don't think he plays well, but you know who he reminds me of? Early years of Tiki.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on to the damn ball. I can't stand fumbling.
Well, Orleans Darkwood fumbled.
Oh yeah, he absolutely did.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to take you. I'm gonna have to take you guys to school.
Here we go.
First of all, Darkwood has been an underdog workhorse this whole time. He's the only running back that we have that can actually hit the hole with like some force behind him.
That's what she said.
I can. Hold on. You want me to replay that?
Yo, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but they said Landon Collins is going to try to play through an ankle injury this Sunday, and I'll be honest, I don't get that, and I don't like that decision because I feel like at this point the season is.
They're going to shut him down. That's all. He can say everything he wants. They've already talked about it, about shutting him down for the season because there's no reason for him to play. And obviously, our defense is going to look like garbage now that Landon Collins isn't going to be there. And we're going to watch Philadelphia Eagles throw all over us this week. You know what? Thank you for bringing up the secondary. Thank you for bringing up the secondary. You know what? I want to bring up my man Eli Apple.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Who do you want to bring up?
I'm so glad Spags is going to be reprimanding him.
I'm bringing up. Yeah, exactly.
Who do you want to bring up?
So, Mark was like, after the game, did you see what Eli Apple retweeted? I'm like, what are you talking about? So I go on Twitter.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And this asshole is inactive and retweets a touchdown scored on his own damn team because he used to play with the guy who scored at Ohio State. And he's like, I'm Ohio State for life.
Can someone clarify this for me? Because he deleted the tweet.
Can you remove that tweet?
From someone who lives in Ohio, can I give a little bit of perspective on this? Cause,
No. You have to hold on. Was that tweet done in game? Because that's what I'm reading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
During the game, not even after the
Yep.
game. During the game, like, oh shit!
It was
you know what
still
just happened?
it was within an hour of the game ending, regardless of when I saw it. So it doesn't make a difference. It's the same day as the game. It's not like, oh, he had a great play last week or whatever. Good job for my boy. He's literally like, I can see him at home clapping his boy scoring on us. Like, oh, good job.
I'll be perfectly honest. This is entirely the OSU's culture, and I'm not defending what he did. I really don't approve of it. I'm glad Spags is reprimanding him for this, but I live in Ohio State, and people and the fans here live, breathe, eat, and like Ohio State is life here. And when you build up like this area is such a great college football and like area where you basically have all the players worshipped, I don't think it's surprising that you have like this sort of thing where people, when they have, because we know Eli Apple didn't exactly like McAdoo. Now, I'm not surprised that he's just kind of been like, yeah, I fucking hated McAdoo, don't like this team. Well, I still know the guys from college, and we had a great time there, and we were winning. And because of that, I'm going to cheer for them, which is that's fucked up.
You know what's even worse mentality? But Eli Apple's from Jersey. Eli Apple's from Jersey. He's not Ohio. He's not from Ohio. He's from New Jersey. So he grew up a Giants fan. At least I hope he did. So, and I've also seen that he was also reprimanded. He was talked to by Landon Collins. He was talked to by Landon Collins, and he was also talked to by DRC. About
Eli Apple.
Get your shit together. They both told him the same thing.
Eli Apple, as a kid, was an Eagles fan. And he, prior to him being drafted, he had a bunch of, like, giant choke tweets and stuff like that. So there's that.
What? So much is, you know what?
Now,
you know when we cut him, that's where he's going to go. Because that's
Sean on Facebook said his latest comment is that he's going to go down the Tiki Road. I haven't seen that. Can someone else confirm that for me?
What does that even mean? I don't know what that means.
Well, going down Tiki Road, what's that mean? What, piss off?
I think it means like Tiki, how he like burned bridges with everybody and got all the fans pissed off.
Well, at least Tiki went down as one of our greatest running backs ever.
Oh, I know.
Eli Apple's had 2 seasons with us.
but the comparison is asinine, but I think what he meant was the general like feeling of, well, it's going to go out on a sour note sort of thing.
Well,
great.
To be fair to Eli Apple, I know his mom was going through brain surgery. Maybe that some of the stuff has got to him. And I was trying to read between the lines with DRC's comments and Lanny Collins' comments. They're saying his issues are mental right now. Not necessarily his confidence. He's not with it.
Yeah,
right
I mean, I literally think it's just a case of I hated McAdoo, and McAdoo made my time here unpleasant, and I hate losing, which you know what? That's not hating losing is not a bad thing in a player, and I think it was I remember the Ohio State days where we were always winning, and I got, fans out there all the time. And I'm telling you, man, like the culture around Ohio State, they could be like they could be losing and have like the same season we had, but the people here have such like it's so ingrained that unlike the NFL where we have standards, like people would still be going there and cheering for them and all the rest. And I think it's just a matter of everything coming down at once. I'm not defending his actions, and I do think they deserve to be punished, but I think it's a thing
I'm gonna lie, Dad. It sounds
a
like
lot
you're
of things
defending.
that come
here's the thing.
Come down.
I'm gonna simplify this whole discussion. Here's what it comes down to. If you're Eli Apple, you have to understand, A, the market where you are, and B, you also have to understand your current position. He had a great rookie season.
Yep, big fans. We were big fans.
We were huge fans. Huge fans. And then he followed that up by immediately shitting the bed. Like, before any of this stuff, his mom really came into play. At the beginning of the season, he was playing like shit. And he was benched. Now, whether you want to say McAdoo had more to do with that than, a typical coach would, that's a different conversation. The fact of the matter is that this team was, severely underperforming. Your play was contributing to that. You were moved to the bench, and you're still talking.
I gotta go in this sec. So here's what I'll say in the matter of like my final thought. I think Eli Apple. I'm gonna try to give him the benefit of the doubt here and say take his punishment, take his reprimanding. If he plays better with the new coach and quits this crap, I welcome him back, and I would love to have him as a great corner. If he continues this crap with a new coach and continues doing this stupid shit, I don't think that's defendable. And
100%.
Like, that's
you know
not
what, Dad?
redeemable.
I got one thing for you, Dad. OH. Oh, my God. Ned, you're not even giving me the IO?
Ned.
Wow. Ned.
Wow. I think he hung up before you got it even there.
Oh, my God. Ned, how are you not finishing the wage? I know how you Iowa State fans are.
Yep.
And I'm with that. I'm with Ned. I'll chalk it up to immaturity right now. He is young. He's only 21. But obviously you aren't the smartest kid in the world to be doing what he's doing. And when did he all of a sudden start getting cocky, wave his finger after every damn tackle that he makes? Just do what you did your rookie year. Just play hard and do your job. And that's when we were big fans. Now we're shitting on you when you're waving your damn finger, talking garbage.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Damn straight.
By the way, congratulations to The Rock on his announcement of expecting a child.
Wow.
I thought you were pumped about Jumanji.
No. I am excited for that film. just because I love The Rock and Kevin Hart together. Do you guys?
Yeah.
Not that I want to plug other things on social media, but there's a video on the internet of
Bleedbigblue stuff. We know.
No, it's The Rock. It's The Rock and Kevin Hart doing an impression of each other.
I've seen that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's pretty funny.
All right. Excuse me. Let's dive into the comments and see. Ned says, I'm not an OSU fan. I don't give a shit about college football except for the draft.
Who said this?
Ned.
God damn. OH, right, Ned. OH.
Cruisin26 says, Walter Football has us taking Lamar Jackson.
I literally saw that today, too. I saw that, too. If we take Lamar Jackson number 2, I think that's stupid as hell. But to characterize that draft that he looked at, and I looked at the same one, he expects Sam Darnold to go back to school in that mock draft.
Let's see.
I told you, I'm already into the mock draft. It's so sad right now that I'm looking at the mock draft and getting ready for this draft already.
Durant Osmond said Eli Apple needs one more year.
I agree. It just comes down to who's the, and this is the one thing that I know Marco's not happy with. He doesn't want Gettleman because he's handcuffed supposedly to Mike Smith coming in this close. I know that's what Marco doesn't want.
Yeah.
And a lot of these coaches are supposedly handcuffed with people. Supposedly Elliott Wolf's, he's handcuffed with the coach from Philly, or the quarterback coach from Philly. I've also seen Jim Schwartz as a possible candidate with Elliott Wolf, I guess.
Nope. No, thank you.
I don't want Jim Schwartz. I don't want Jim Schwartz either, even though I do think he's a great defensive coordinator.
He's a great defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach.
And then,
remember what he did in Detroit?
And I'm going to tell you right now, even though James isn't here to defend it, I'm not in on the New England boys. And I'm going to tell you why.
Bias?
What, as far as, first of all, I don't like Patriots anyway, but I don't like Josh McDaniels. Doesn't impress me. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of what McAdoo did. He likes to run his offensive system. I'm going to run it the way I want to run it. I'd rather go old school, ground and pound. But, what is his name? Cesario?
Mm-hmm.
Do the Patriots really draft that well?
Or do they just have Tom Brady?
Exactly. Who's the draft pick that you're like, oh my God, New England? I can't beleave New England drafted him. That was a great draft pick. How many of those have happened?
Because they trade their draft picks for beleaguered assets.
Yeah. That might be that is true.
But I also want to put out there, Gettleman's a trader. He likes to trade.
Which makes it exciting.
I just think that if it was gonna be Gettleman, they'd probably have done it already. The fact that they're holding off means that there's somebody that they want to talk to that they can't talk to yet.
I agree. And it sounds like the Cesario guy wants the job.
Listen, everyone knows who my ideal guy is. David Shaw.
Yep.
Throw the boat. Throw the boat.
Me and Marco are on the David Shaw train. I don't know if it's going to happen.
And he said he's not interested. Marco, do you have the million man drop?
Making me search for this one, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, where the hell is it?
I just want to put it out there. James is faster on the board.
And because I'm doing both, that's why. Okay.
Listen, he could say he's not interested.
Yeah.
Everybody's got the price.
I agree, Justin.
Price and give it to him. Whatever he wants.
Honestly, and I'm going to tell you right now, I like Louis Riddick as a GM as well.
I love Louis Riddick.
And the fact that he's worked for Philly and Washington, I think that's an advantage. That he's worked in the NFC East already. And I've seen, we've all seen him on TV. I like the way he rates players. He's usually on point. He was one of the first people before the season even started that said the Rams were going to be really good. He knows football. And he's one of the guys that we can interview already.
Absolutely.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
I have a coach that I like. I'm not saying he's a fit for the Giants. He hasn't got a job since he last got fired. He turned around a franchise, and another coach got a lot of credit for him. He's been in the New York market. Bright guy, kind of controversial. What do you think of Eric Mangini?
Eric Mangini.
Manginius. I do not think the Giants would be on board with that. Giants fans would not be on board with that pick.
Is he bringing Brett Favre with him?
I think he can be in the front office, and it'd be fine. As far as coach, no. Who's even coaching now? And how long?
No one.
How long has it been? It's been a while since he's coached.
Yeah, he's free agent.
I'm gonna tell you right now, John Gruden's the only coach that I would take that hasn't coached in a while. But my scenario in my head is Jay Gruden gets fired by Washington, and John comes and brings his brother as offensive coordinator.
That's what you're thinking.
That's my, that's dream scenario. And then he brings Louis Riddick, and Louis Riddick brings him from all the ESPN crew just comes over. Herm Edwards is already gone, so we can't grab him. But
who says we can't take Herm? We're better.
Herm at Arizona State. He's head coach in Arizona State now.
But we're a better job than Arizona State.
True.
No disrespect to any of the Sun Devils out there.
Who would you guys rather take out of former Jet coaches, Herm Edwards or Mangini?
Herm.
I think Herm too.
Herm went to the playoffs with Chad Pennington.
Yeah. Absolutely. Marco was their Mangini guy, obviously.
Hold on. Yeah. Herm can't coach is the problem. He's a great motivator guy, but he can't coach. He doesn't know how to manage a clock. Wasn't that his downfall in the Jets?
What about, while we're talking on Jets coaches, what about Sexy Rexy?
Absolutely not. First of all, you already saw what happened when Sean McDermott took over Rex Ryan's roster, and got rid of half the talent, and has a better record. That showed you what kind of coach Rex Ryan is. And Rex Ryan also took over. When Rex Ryan took over that Bills squad, they were a top 3 defense. He made them a worse defense, which and I just want to put out there. Jim Schwartz was the defense coordinator.
All right, we got a few names coming in. Ready? What do we think about Brian Kelly? That's from Durant Alsman. He has another name, too, that we've talked about before.
Brian Kelly from no.
See, he was rumored. He was rumored first time around.
He's not leaving
after Coughlin left. Yeah, people are iffy on him.
And he hasn't done anything to show me that he's a great coach. Anyway.
And the Saban question.
I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah, go ahead, Justin. Go ahead.
Did anybody see that Saban came in third place in that election for the Alabama senator last night?
They wrote him in?
3,000 people wrote in Saban. He came in third place.
Oh, God. But, to get back to Saban, first of all, the money-wise, the Giants would have to pay $27 million just to be able to sign him to a contract.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to pay $20. But I'm going to put it out there, and people are going to snap at this. I don't think Saban's that good a coach.
Shots fired.
I'm going to tell you right now, and this is what, and Saban said this in the interview. He goes, NFL players I got to pay, and you got to mess with the contracts and all that, whatnot, and I might have different players. But he's like, in college, I can continue to get the top players.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great recruiter. But guess what? If you give the amount of talent that he gets to another coach, I'll guarantee that coach is right up there with him in the national championship pitcher. What have you seen him do that's anything extraordinary? He's a ground and pound, old school coach. He just has top talent. 99% of his defense goes pro.
He's never had a top quarterback.
A.J. McCarron.
All right, here we go. You knew the other one was coming, Jim Harbaugh.
Again, if out of those guys, I would take Jim Harbaugh. Out of those three, if you got to give me a choice. But Jim Harbaugh is eccentric, and I think he's going to piss a lot of people off. And I don't know. I think he's going to wear out his welcome quick. Giants want continuity. They don't want to keep changing guys every few years. They want somebody they can pretty much have, sit on for 10 years if they can. And Jim Harbaugh is not that guy.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just don't. So there's a certain NFL roster that I see Harbaugh coming back to. A certain type of NFL roster, I should say. And honestly, it's with a quarterback that he can mold and shape the way that he wants to. And if the Giants aren't ready to say, you can pick your quarterback, he's not going to go.
Yep. And the rumor is he wants a Chicago job if he does come to NFL.
Jim Harbaugh won with Singletary's team. Yeah, that is true.
Doesn't want to win. Is that what you're saying? Because the Bears aren't going to win anytime soon.
But Bears just got a quarterback who's young. And honestly, Bears' defense is actually pretty good not really, and they have nobody on offense. They have no offense. They have Jordan Howard, and that's it. But, that's those are the three quarterbacks here. Everybody talks about these guys. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's why David Shaw is so much better. David Shaw is younger. I think he was with Jim Harbaugh that whole time in Stanford. Plus, David Shaw has NFL experience. I think he worked at like Miami or something like that for a little bit. You know, me and Marco, I know we stand together. We're Team David Shaw all day. Granted, I just don't think it's going to happen.
We have a confirmed guest for next week.
We've heard this before, but...
No, Jerry Barca is going to come on next week. Next Wednesday night.
Nice. Is he promoting the book, or is he still promoting the Giants book?
He's probably still promoting the Giants book, considering where he's coming on. But he wrote a new piece for Forbes magazine about this year's Giants, which was a pretty good read. I'll link to that later on. And I don't know, we learned a lot since we last had him on, right, Tim?
Yeah, actually, he was a good interview. Actually, that was like a Saturday morning that we just had randomly went on. And his book is of a Big Blue Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, Big Blue Wrecking Crew by Jerry Barca.
Yep, go out and get it if you haven't read it. It's a good read.
Shameless plug.
Do you think he knows? Do you think he's in the know of Ray Hanley or no? That whole situation.
I think he must be, because he knew a lot of the stories. Granted, I don't know if he'll get into it.
Yeah, we probably can't get him to talk about it.
He's got a lot more on the line than players that are retired.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, but if, I don't know. Think about it. If he did know, that's a pretty big story, no?
Oh, it's a huge story.
Yeah. If anyone listening is trying to think about what we're talking about, you're gonna have to go into early podcast days where we
you're gonna have to go into our archives.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, we don't go into our archives.
We don't want to talk about it here.
I think that was was that early summer?
I don't even know.
No, you know what? It was I think it was this time last year that we talked to Jerry Barca. Because I think he was promoting the book before Christmas.
Right. No, it was Father's Day.
Ah, yes.
He was buying it for he came on before Father's Day.
Okay, there you go.
But the Myron bombshell, I don't know when that was. And he wasn't the only player that it wasn't just Myron, it was another player that told us.
Yep.
Some salacious behavior at the time.
Yeah, we're not throwing just Myron under the bus. Yeah, any players out there that want to come talk, I know you Giants players are, backing off the media right now because you're not winning.
Yeah, they're hiding.
Don't really want to talk to us because it was a whole lot different come last year.
So, who was it? Oh. Trying to refresh the conversation in my head without digging back into the crates. We still keep them in crates around here.
What are you trying to think about when you talk to Jerry Barca?
No.
Or are you talking to Myron?
No, it was another player.
Oh, it was
it Git?
What the hell was his name? The running back, right?
No, it wasn't Tillman. It was another one.
It wasn't Gary Lee, though.
No.
Oh, who was it? No, who was the DN? Who's the DN that was on with us?
Defensive end?
Huh?
Oh, that's who it was. It was another. Oh.
I'm blanking out on his name right now because my memory is not the greatest in the world. But I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of his name right now.
That's the.
He was defensive end in the Super Bowl squad.
Yeah. I can't. Oh man. I'll look
if
it
anybody
up.
wants to go back in our archives and let us know, that would be great.
This might be pre-YouTube. This might be like Facebook era. Now that we're syndicated.
Does even anybody have tapes for those? If you do, then
was it confirmed that Carl Banks punched him in the head too? That's the other thing that I want to figure out.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I think at this point, Carl would tell us if he did that. Carl gives 0 Fs right now.
I say we need to get Carl on. Him and James need to
talk.
talk.
Might go on. Carl loves Jimmy.
Describe love.
I think Carl loves trolling Jimmy like I do.
No, it wasn't Eric Dorsey. It wasn't Leonard Marshall. Was it Leonard Marshall? No, it wasn't Leonard Marshall. Let me look it up.
What the fuck did we have Leonard Marshall on?
No. People are naming names. Hold on. 2000. No, 2000. Geez.
Oh, I'm blanking out on his name. George Johnson or something like that. I don't know. I'm throwing out his name.
George Martin.
No, it wasn't George Martin.
Was it Jeff Hofstad or not? John Washington.
Yes. John Washington.
All right, so hold on. Let's go through that. Who's been on the show on that team?
Dude,
I don't know.
And we broke it down. Is it on the website? All those guys that have been on the show, or what?
No, I should do that though.
Yeah, well, we got to start putting just for our own sake, because I don't remember crap.
I have a lot of pending interviews that I just had. It's difficult to schedule them. We have.
What happened to Mark McGrath? I thought he was going to come on.
Yes, he wants to come on, but he's he's crazy touring.
He acts like he's busy.
Rock star.
So he might be
who I want to get on, guys, that I found out is a Giants fan? I want Harry Potter on.
No.
I found out he's a Giants fan. Found out he's a Giants fan.
Harry Potter is a Giants fan.
So, anybody that knows Harry, let's get him on. I'd love to interview this. And we do have an English fan base. So, you know what? You guys, you know them. England's not that big.
We should see if we can get Bill Simmons on.
If we should get who?
We should get Bill Simmons on. We should tell him we're an up-and-coming podcast, and we want to talk to him about the Giants and the Patriots, and why the Giants are better than the Patriots.
First of all, up-and-coming. We're not there yet.
Well, we have to appeal to him.
We haven't made it.
Looks like we made it. Hold on. For you youngins, look up that song. I used to have a... Oh.
Marco's a great singer.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Justin, and you need to reach out to Demi and get her on the show.
Well, I mean, since we spend...
That's when we make it, guys. That's when we made it, is when we get Demi on the show.
Hey, listen, Marco's wife is friends with Demi. Let's not forget that.
Well, Marco's in the in crowd. He just doesn't like to use those ties.
Remember when he bumped elbows with Leo?
Yeah, he could have had Leo on the podcast right there.
That was my favorite thing. Bumped elbows
You know,
with Leo.
you know what we were doing, Justin? Me, you, and James were doing the draft analysis.
We were doing the draft. Like a
we were actually on the air, but you know he's just bumping elbows with Leo, probably talking shit about us.
Ned wants us to know that it's Daniel Radcliffe and he met him at a Broadway play.
I don't believe that. I'm calling bullshit on that.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the guys that I remember. Louis.
B.U. Hey,
Louis
go ahead.
Tillman, Bruce Johnson, Andrew Adams, a few times, Myron Guyton, Amani Toomer.
Remember when we had Amani on the show?
Gary Reason.
Yep. What's our boys? We got Huseman. Yep.
Who's that eagle that came on?
Andrew Adams.
Jesse Smalls or something.
Oh, yeah.
With Myron.
Yeah, this boy from Philly.
They took over the show.
And who was the player that called in out of the blue? You remember, Tim?
Oh, that was one of Myron's boys in Texas. He lives in Texas.
Called up out of nowhere.
No, that was the DN we were talking about.
That was him? Are you sure?
No, it was something last name Washington. Something Washington. I have to go back in the archives. I don't remember.
So yes, we have a guest. Let's should I broach the topic with with Jerry? Being like, do you guys want to go into the controversial area or no?
Let's take some questions from the audience. Whoever's still listening, what should we ask Jerry Berkla, the author of the Big Blue Wrecking Crew?
Big Blue Wrecking Crew.
That's a great idea. Tim, you're a great marketer.
There we go.
You can find it on Amazon right now.
If we
go pick it up for Christmas.
If we become the GM, Tim's in control of marketing. That's done.
Justin, you're our spokesman, so you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do all the field work. I cannot wait till we're at training camp next year.
With the new GM? We're so in with the new GM.
That's first of all,
with the new GM, it's important that we get in early.
That's what we're doing. Anybody that knows any of these GM candidates, if they can get them on with us, we'd appreciate it. I'm going to reach out to Louis Riddick, see if he's going to come on.
Lou.
Yeah, go ahead. Anyone can reach out to anyone.
I talked to Lou.
Louis Riddick, Elliot Wolf. Yeah, let's get these guys on.
1.5 thousand views on Facebook right now. Not bad. All you Facebook peeps that are listening in, jump on over to YouTube as well. Just search Bleedbigblue and subscribe.
We're trying to get the subscriptions up.
Yeah,
I don't know why we can't. We have more people watch the YouTube videos. It's the same people who watch YouTube videos every week. You know that?
Yeah.
You know what? I want to make a public apology. The video that we did this past week, the last list, I will officially take Roger Lewis off the list of glory and put Damon Harrison on. You know what? all the comments I saw, and I commented back. You know what? I was pissed off at the defense because they gave up 30 points to Dallas. with no Zeke on the damn team. But people were right. Harrison was playing tough, and he was playing through injury on top of it. So you know what? Harrison absolutely deserved to be on the list of glory.
Wow.
So
that was a major backtrack.
I backtracked.
We have some questions coming in. All right, so I'll give you the top three. Is Bitcoin in the bubble?
I'm so sick of Bitcoin.
That's from Ned, which was pretty hysterical. I'm going to give him a thumbs up on that one.
I hate Bitcoin. The worst.
You? Oh, because you're in the banking field, right?
Yeah.
We don't trust
Bitcoin
the industries.
Bitcoin will break you. Giants fans, don't do it.
Justin, do you have any Bitcoin by any chance?
I got Bitcoin.
You would. We're not friends.
The problem is I have no coins. Nothing. Not even dollars.
I don't trust the banking industry.
Why?
Because I'm just being an asshole. No,
we love you, Tim. Bring your money over to us on deposit.
All right, go ahead with the questions. What was the question?
That was one of them. Is Bitcoin in the bubble? Predictions on coaches, GMs. Can he ship us some merch? Stuff like that.
Can you ship us some merch? No.
Did
you want to pay us in Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Andrew on YouTube said, "Did you hear about John Gruden wants to be the head coach?" He didn't say that.
He did sort of say that during the
Oh, he did not.
Monday Night. Yeah.
Hold on.
See, this is what he said. The guy was giving him crap about the Giants job, and he's like, what were the odds that you would take the Giants job? And he's like, John Gruden goes, you give me 35-1 odds if Eli stays, I'll take those odds and say that I'm going to be Giants coach. Something to that extent. That he would take the Giants job if Eli was there. And he's always loved Eli, which doesn't surprise me at all. But Gruden's known for he loves quarterbacks anyway. So you know what? Even if Gruden comes, and granted it's not going to happen, if Gruden's our head coach, he would still draft a quarterback because that's the way Gruden is.
He was just like saying it was a stupid move. Benching Eli, basically, was what he's saying. He's not coming to the Giants.
Nah, you know what? It gets to a point, just like all the people that, let's hire Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher hasn't coached in I don't even know how many years at this point. And Bill Cowher wasn't a good coach when he was a coach. And you know what? All you damn Steeler fans, all you Steeler fans can suck it because he wasn't.
And suck it. And YouTube's not putting this up.
No, that's fine. That's okay.
Oh, we're doing a clean show?
No.
I think I said the F word earlier, so.
I know I said that word. And plus Ned was on. So,
Ned.
You know.
Ned Ryerson.
And where's James? I argue with this guy almost daily on Facebook, just to start with. He's always complaining about something. So I'll make a comment here and there just to get him going. Because in my head, he goes off like he was last week.
He does like to go off.
I think all his rants tire him out by the time he gets to nighttime. He just falls asleep.
If he over medicates, he could just pass out. I think that's what happens.
Hold on. Let's see his last Facebook post. He seemed like he was into coming on today. Hold on.
Yeah, because he gave you social media fellatio on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm reading it now.
You, Marco. You know what? Yeah. Me and Justin don't get any shout outs. But you know what? Marco gets a shout out.
Yeah.
We see how it is.
Should we have James interview Rochelle Ryan?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that
will we be able to air it?
Yeah. Why not? You know what? We interview all Giants fans.
We do.
You know who we need to bring back on? The dude from Sopranos, whatever it is. Well, I'm blanking out on his name now.
Oh.
I just talked to him today.
We just need to show up at his house.
Yeah. First of all, he's awesome. He's awesome, and he knows everything.
I literally just talked to him today. Because I was trying to get a guest for next week. He said he's been getting, he got another movie party. He's been getting up early. So he said he wants to come on and do like an early thing rather than a late one. So he said we'll work that out. That's where I left it off with him.
All right. What movie are you doing?
I think he's playing a Pope or something. I gotta look.
No.
You said he's playing the Pope?
I think so.
No.
Or a movie about a Pope?
I think you're making that shit up, right? Or he was making that stuff up.
Hold on. Let's go. Joe G.
What's his name? Joe G? That's his name, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Joe G.
And we saw, and you know what? Now that we're all on here, and I'm going to make this promise, this proclamation, if you will. Opening day, Giants' home opener, all four of us are there.
Oh.
For next year?
Yep, Bleedbigblue. We open it up. Bleedbigblue tailgate party. We talked to sponsors, all that crap. Home opener next year.
Mhm.
I like it.
We plan it now. We have no excuse.
Well, things come up.
Oh, jeez. First of all, I'm the farthest away, assholes. You guys are what? A few hour drive.
I like it.
It's gonna take me 9 hours to drive up there.
Someone said I want to slap the shit out of Eli Apple. Just shake him until he gets his senses back into him. 40 luck.
Yeah, the Eli Apple thing just pissed me off. Yeah, I've been literally backing up that kid all damn season. He's just making it harder and harder to back him up. But it's pretty bad when DRC and Landon Collins are getting on him about it.
DRC's quote was, "Are you worried?" They asked him, "Are you worried about Eli Apple?" And he was like, "No,
Justin,
no. Sometime.
We're playing this week, and you've beat me a couple times in the regular season. It's time for me to get my revenge."
My squad, pretty good.
It is. It's definitely pretty good.
I have a bugaboo. I never do well in the playoffs. I was in another league.
Did you go to Miami? Did you go to Miami on a boat this week?
No, I was in another league, and I lost Deshaun Watson and Odell early. Had to waste all of my free agent dollars to get replacements. Made the playoffs, only to lose Gronk to that suspension. And my backup tight end was C.J. Fedorowicz, who had a concussion and couldn't play.
Oh, so you had a big zero, huh?
Yeah. But other than that,
yeah. You realize
pretty good.
The intern actually won the regular season, and we literally made fun of his team.
Mhm.
And technically, he gets Aaron Rodgers back now.
Yeah. But I don't know how well Aaron Rodgers is going to play.
Against Carolina, I think it's a stupid move, honestly. I think he's going to get hurt. Carolina's got great defense, and they're going to hit him a lot. But
they need the game, though. Am I correct?
Yep. Huh? Yeah, Green Bay
needs the game, though. What is going on?
Carolina's in a race with Atlanta and New Orleans, so they're going to be playing tough. But Green Bay needs the game. And I just want to give a shout out to Ken being the only non-host / intern that made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. I mean, we're going to end up beating you, so we'll be, Bleedbigblue host.
Are all the hosts in the playoffs except for Marco?
No.
This is correct.
James is not in it either.
Oh, James
isn't in it.
No, he did not make playoffs.
Maybe that's why he's not on today.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk. He's going to act like he didn't mean anything, but he doesn't take it personal, but he's going to be all mad. Yeah, it's me, Justin, the intern, and Ken made playoffs.
That's unbelievable.
And I want to give a shout out to Annette. You had a good run. You almost made playoffs. Good job. Marco, your team was pretty damn bad.
Injury plague. First pick, course, classic. What happens? Injured. There is 15 minutes left in the show. 15 minutes. During this live show, we picked up five subscribers on the YouTube. There's supposed to be an alert when I get a new subscriber. It's supposed to be like a button, like just subscribe to you, that pops up. I didn't see it. For those that are still listening, if you're not subscribed, hit that button. See if it pops up on my stuff. Driving me crazy.
Well, what's the predictions for this week, guys?
Oh, I think the Giants are going to turn around and make, march into the playoffs.
No.
They're making a run?
Mm-hmm.
Nick Foles will beat us.
Yep. Nick Foles is going to pass for over 300 yards this week.
You know how bad it is? I don't even know who we're playing. Well, now I know because you said who we're playing. But I couldn't even think who we were playing before.
I'm glad that you said it. How bad was it this week where I had to look up on my phone who players were?
Yeah.
I don't know who the secondary is.
Yeah, I literally, the 25, I had to look him up. Something Dixon. Yeah. Brandon Dixon or whatever the hell it was.
When you were doing the video,
and he was covering Des Bryant. This guy was not on our team 2 weeks ago.
And he said you were pissed at the secondary. I was like, where am I going to get pictures of these guys? Like, how the hell am I going to do that? I don't even know who they are.
When I say practice squad players and couch players, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Giants can't say they're not tanking.
Well, they don't have to say that they're tanking. Look,
they could say that they're bombing.
It's cute and it's fun to say that Eli as the starter, gives us a chance.
Oh my God!
All those things. That sounds so much like Jimmy. Especially after that comment.
That's not true. Oh my God!
When he retired, that's it. No more new clips from him.
You know what?
Oh boy! Back after this.
Francesca is not that good, guys.
No, he's not. He's just great.
He's not great. He's annoying as crap. You know what? It was fine when it was him and the Bulldog.
Oh my God!
Is garbage. I'm coming after New York.
You know what we haven't played this one in a while.
Like, Odell, what's with you, Odell?
I haven't heard that. Where's the other one?
And you know what? I would say something about Odell if James is on. If I wanted to get him fired up. But you guys see that Odell's like tweeting
That's
tweeting
called
like
an
random
interception, jerk off.
That was my favorite.
Odell was like tweeting like random stuff, just like, oh, we're can't wait to do this next year, blah blah blah. Like totally oblivious. They're totally too oblivious to the Eli thing. Like not even saying anything about it.
Good. That's called staying out of trouble.
We're never going to win a championship with Odell. I'm just trying to be James right now. I can't.
Guys, I'm playing Madden while I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I drafted Eli's replacement. This kid, Mitch Griffith, thrown 4 picks each of the first 2 games. First game, he threw for 360. Second game, he threw for 423. And now, so I'm 1-1. Week 3, Odell wants a contract extension. I have $58 million in cap room. I'm offering him 5 years, $69.3 million.
And he said no.
He took it.
Oh, he took it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, at least he took it.
He took it?
I'm also...
Odell is going to free agency out there.
I also locked up Landon Collins for $6 million a year.
Yep. And that's the thing we got to realize, too, guys. We have to sign Odell soon, and we got to sign Landon Collins.
Yep.
So Eli's contract, that's where it's going. Is to sign those 2 guys.
That's the thing that Mara needs to realize is that he can want Manning back next year, but the question is, what money is Manning going to want? Like, there's a point where, too much money forget how you feel about the way that he's playing now. If he wants franchise quarterback money, we're not going to give that to him.
Well, the problem is he's under contract already for 2 more years. They're literally like, no, I'm not taking a pay cut. What are you going to do? Waive me? Go ahead, so I can go to who I want to go to anyway.
Yeah.
And it's, who knows what's going to happen come the off season? Because everybody's, Eli's not going to say nothing. Supposedly he wants to retire a Giant, which I sort of don't want to see him in another uniform, to be honest with you. But I think it'll happen.
Yeah.
If he wants to continue playing. He'll probably be a Bronco.
That's one of them. That's one of the spots.
I'm just hoping, we get something out of it. I mean, granted, I know if he leaves, we'll get like a compensatory pick, like in the following draft, regardless. But it'd be nice to get a trade if he's gonna leave. Any more comments, Marco?
There are there's still people listening in, actually.
Huh?
But it's come to that time.
Is there like just us talking to ourselves and no one listening?
No, we have people are tuned in.
Wow.
About 30 listeners altogether that I know of.
Can we get Norway back? They were our original listeners.
They were.
Norway.
They were.
Number one in Norway.
Norway, we love you.
Come back to us.
Let's go to the analytics. Let's play a little.
Yeah, please bring up the analytics of what we actually do now. You got all you ones that are listening. You got to realize that I remember the original time that we quote unquote podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally me calling Marco and James, and we're the only ones on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was in the middle of the damn summer. On a Saturday.
It was a draft preview.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I wasn't even here yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pre-Justice.
Jimmy was talking to me about. We were both working at a bank that is no longer in existence, and Jimmy was just telling me that. You guys know that when Jimmy and I were in training, you guys do like you guys did like a fundraiser or some sort of event with a kid. And we were like in week 2 of training at our new job, and Jimmy was like, I can't come in. I got to go to New York. I'm an event planner for Bleedbigblue.com. And I was like, this is awesome. He's my new best friend. You remember that, Marco?
I love that he's taking days off.
I do remember that. That's when that's like 5 years ago.
You guys tailgated. It was a tailgate event.
Right. That it was doomed from the beginning. Because he wanted to do it out in Philly. I was like, all the people that follow me are in New York. Why are we going out to Philly?
I was like, this is awesome.
I'm an event planner. All right, let's see. No. I'm in the analytics to YouTube. Let's see what do you want? Traffic sources? You want to go to that? Who's linking to us?
Sure.
Demographics. That's what we want. Seems like we're hitting the ladies over here. At a 2.5%.
2.5%?
Correct.
I've heard some of these listeners, so I think it's the 2.5% is a little higher. I think some of these people are on the fence.
All right, so we are killing the 25 to 34-year-old market of males.
How old is he?
Where are they from? It's not a surprise. Where are you guys from?
What's our biggest state that listens?
That's what I'm looking for.
New York.
I would think so.
Playback location. No, where the hell? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I don't see it.
I know Ned's the usual listener. He's Ohio.
Exactly.
Or he's just good at faking it. And all you listeners out.
Total watch time in the past 28 days is 40,579 minutes. We're just talking YouTube now.
Wait, what was that stat?
Total watch time in the past 28 days is 40,579. This is just YouTube stats I'm going on.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess it's good.
Neither do I, but it has green arrows going up. I think that's good.
Oh, we're going up. So as long as we're trending. It got no searchability wise. We got to be up there with the amount of content that we have out there.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're not like searched as like the top Giants podcast.
I don't know either.
I mean, I obviously I understand the people that actually got money behind this, because for you listeners out there, we have we have our own jobs. We do this on the side just for fun.
Yeah.
I know you can't tell from the professionalism that we do.
Guys, you look professional podcasters. You remember when we had the guy on last year?
From Pittsburgh?
Oh, podcaster?
God. Oh, what a douchebag.
with the radio voice?
Yeah.
Guys, it's hard for me to watch the games anymore because I'm the media. I still remember that crap. I'm like, oh, you piece of shit.
My favorite thing that he said was when he was like, we podcast 3 times a week, and it's on iTunes, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's real.
3 times a week?
My Lord.
Yeah.
You're just saying the same thing over. All right, 10 seconds. Everyone, thank you for listening in. Talk to you next week. And it's going to be a hell of another week.